Hello, 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 and welcome back, everybody. After that brief interlude, we are here once again talking about EUROBOWL 2025 Hungary rosters. And this time I will be joined by the representative of the Welsh national team, GColeman76. Thank you for coming. Would you mind introducing yourself?
GColeman76, captain of Wales, unexpectedly so.
Unexpectedly, you say?
We shall cover that in the interview, I'm sure.
Yes. You have been here before. You were here last year when we, as the vice captain of the team. So we are aware of who you are, and once again, I do appreciate making it. Know that this is a fairly busy time, I'm sure, for every national team, as we're moving on. With that said, as I said, we did cover the Welsh national team like last year as well, and looking at the returning coaches, there are several who do return, including yourself, Andy Davo, Bert Mack, and Orkster. But there are also new names on there. So I remember in the last one we had a fairly lengthy discussion about the how the Welsh team formation, like how it functions. You mentioned the Welsh EUROBOWL qualifying league. Are the name changes, like the new people coming in, are they a result of that system?
Yes, this is the final year that we use the Welsh European EuroBowl qualifying league system. The way that worked was the top 3 players from the previous EuroBowl, so the results in Athens automatically qualified for the following one. So that was myself as top player on the Welsh team last time. No Number, who was captain, but you may notice he's not in the team this time. And Orkster was the other auto qualifier. That then went forward. So the next 3 coaches qualified from the Welsh European Qualifying League. That was Andy Davo, Jay Wood, and Dementa qualified through that. And then from those 6, we elected a captain. And we elected a captain in the normal way, and we actually duly elected No Number as the captain. And so No Number then chose to join the team Bert Mack and Joseph. Joseph and Bert Mack actually had exactly the same qualifying league score as Jay Wood, exactly to the final percentage. And so No Number felt it was only right, as they were so close, that they would be the 2 captains picked. So it actually was, the top people that were available to play. So No Number was captain, the team was selected, and we had long conversations about what races we were going to take, etc. And we got to maybe 3 months ago, and due to real life issues, No Number, after having booked accommodation for us, etc., actually had to then step down. He had nominated me as the vice captain, so I took over. I did ask the team if they were happy with me to take over, and I had captained the team to the Home Nations this year. It was shortly after Home Nations that No Number stepped down. We did at this point have a Home Nation EuroOpen team also picked, and Rubik was the captain of that. And I approached Rubik, and he was the next person in line with his qualifying score. And so I promoted Rubik from the EuroOpen team to the EuroBowl team. And that then left a space in the EuroOpen team and a captaincy vacancy. So I asked Nixon to take over captaincy of the EuroOpen team, along with Jimmy Dreambeard and SCS Sam, and then we had to find somebody else, and we were fortunate enough to get Lloyd White 66 in to join the team. And he's the current Water Bowl champion, big tournament up in the north. So we were very lucky to bring in that kind of strength. So that's how we got to the 8 players that were picked. This year's qualification system, much more simple.
Mm.
We're using global ELO scores, currently using the Danish ELO scores that are published, and taking your 4 averages for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and at the end of the year, averaging them out, and then basically that's going to select the first 10 players for the bowl and the open, and from those 10 we'll elect a captain, and captain will pick 2 more people to join the squad, and from that 12 we will select the EuroBowl team in due course. So that's the changes. But I mean, when we go through each of the individuals, with some very few exceptions, we've got a pretty strong team representing us in Hungary this time.
So no more auto qualifications, at least for the next team then.
No, the auto qualifications have gone. Originally, the auto qualifications were in place with Wales to establish continuity. So you always had people going to EuroBowl who had experience of going there, because it's not just the Blood Bowl, it's all the logistics, etc. And now there's such an established pool of players who have represented at the EuroBowls and at major capped events. We moved to strike that was no longer needed. So it's purely a bit like the Ryder Cup, which Europe have just retained, and we're still struggling for the last half a point. It is the top 10 players that now qualify based on the way that they've been playing that year. And then 2 captains' picks will fill in the gaps with the rosters that are required.
How much say do you foresee that the captain has in this team? Like, obviously this time, like with the points, there being no differential between the people that were brought into the team, right? How much can a captain go against the grain? Like, how much leeway does he have to pick someone who might have done a little less well, right? But then who has potential, or who's shown that he's a great coach, like previously he just didn't get the.
Once the captain has been picked, he has complete say over the 2 captains' picks. He would be a bit silly to ignore the advice of his senior players in the squad, but captain could pick some rando that's won 6 games if he wanted to.
Right,
it's unlikely to happen, but those two picks are completely free for the captain to choose.
All right. Do you foresee that you're going to be is this a more simpler version of team formation? Like, is this going to be at least for now your plan to move forward, or do you think you're going to be making changes to this as it's more of an interim solution?
It's always under review. One thing that I know some people of the Welsh community want is a system which we control. There's been some problems this year when the Danish ELO system hasn't been updating, so we are working on creating our own. In fact, we actually have created our own, and it's running alongside the Danish, and it's giving pretty much the same results as the Danish. It's just we have the ability to control that ourselves. It's still all reliant on the NAF website updating regularly, but that updates daily. So it won't be I don't think it'll be a huge sway from it. The annual Welsh charter was reviewed early in the year, and there was much debate about what systems we should use. And this is the one that won at the moment, but that was at the point that we hadn't had the chance to create our own. And the other one that was being looked at was the NAF Glico ranking system, which is more like, rather than ELO based, it's more like tennis rankings. So the advantage of that one, it does have some decay built into it. So any coaches that aren't playing regularly enough, their ranking points will drift. So that's also a strong contender. But again, if something happens to that, we wouldn't have the control over it. And realistically, for us to maintain our own charter, we need to be able to control our own rankings. What my personal opinion at the moment, and I know that's echoed by some of the members of the Welsh Blood Bowl community, which is getting pretty big, which is exciting.
I'm good. I'm glad to hear it. Always happy news to hear that the Blood Bowl community is expanding.
Yeah, it's exciting times.
Well, I'm glad that it continues to expand, and new blood is going to get inducted into the proud tradition of kicking the newbie until he learns how to play the game.
Well, you say that, but one of our guys that's playing for the bowl team this year for the first time has only been playing Blood Bowl for about 18 months, and he's managed to get Glico, based on Glico rankings, the Welsh number 2 at the moment.
Wow.
So he's certainly not someone that you can kick all over the park.
Yeah.
He's too good for that.
Yeah, certainly not. 18 months and already making it to like the Welsh. Like, you have a lot of very strong players, so making it to rank 2 on Clico is quite the achievement for 18 months of play.
Yeah, I think he's something like 68th in the world right now on Glico. So
Oof. Yeah.
he's doing really well.
No, certainly a coach to look out for then.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Next up, let's talk a little bit about what happened in Greece, in Athens, for last year's EuroBowl. As we looked over things, it seems that Wales won the first round versus Belgium, lost the second round to Poland, third round lost to Denmark, fourth round draw against Scotland, fifth round win against Greece, and then sixth round draw against Lithuania. And I do have to say that I will point this out immediately. G. Coleman here went entirely undefeated with High Elves, with 2 wins and 4 draws, which is I feel very impressive. So well done to you, sir.
Thanks very much. Yeah, it was a struggle. I was on the ropes. I had a particularly difficult game against Korn. I think it was Tank of Denmark.
Ooh,
which,
yeah.
Great player. He was, at that point, I think he had won something like 8 or 9 consecutive EuroBowl head-up matchups.
Damn.
And I got very lucky. I rolled a sack load of 3+s to dodge just enough players through to break and score my touchdown before he started to smash me. But it was a really tight game. The Scotland match was interesting. I played Jock, the Scottish captain, this time round. And I had dice to win that. I think I had a 4+ pass and a 2+ catch as time ran out to win that game. But I didn't get the pass, unfortunately. The pass didn't come off. So yeah, that was interesting. The match I played in the first round against the Belgians, I played the Belgian Black Hawk player. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
I will. Yeah,
he took Mighty Blow, spammed Mighty Blow. He took, and with Black Hawks. But by the time the Mighty Blow kicked in, I was 3-0 up. But he actually went on to get most casualties over the whole tournament.
Oh.
Which was quite interesting. But he didn't get many against me, fortunately. Yeah.
Let's see. EuroBowl Greece, G. Coleman. First round would be Siapia. Yeah, Black Orcs, yeah.
Oh, it was 2-1. It wasn't 3-0. I was 2-0 up before things started to go wrong. Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds like you had plenty of interesting games then, which is always good.
Tank played it as Skaven, so I was misremembering the.
The Corn would be that is the current Greek team captain, Aravel.
Yeah. Again, great. There's no easy games at EuroBowl.
Definitely, everybody's bringing their best over. Very competitive.
In their heat, yes.
Right. Um. But yeah, I feel remembering the comments like the confidence that you guys went into like during the interview. I I'm not sure if apologies if it comes off like a little bit harsh, but I feel you underperformed a little bit.
Yeah, we unfortunately against. I mean, we lost all the games that we lost. We lost narrowly,
Mm,
and the match against Lithuania should have been a win. But I'll tell the funny story that happened momentarily. So, in the the matches that we lost.
mm,
Unfortunately, our heavy hitter, Mr. Andy Davo,
mm.
as No Number was telling us last year, was the best player in the world. Um, he had a he had a halfling one turner scored against him, which prevented him from winning that game. And there was a couple of games where things just didn't happen for him. So things that he was stitched on to win became draws, and in one round I think he lost a game as well. So
Mm,
yeah, I mean the fact that Andy, who is spectacularly talented coach,
mm.
didn't even feature in the top three tables.
Yeah.
And at that point, you know, Burt Mac was coming in last minute on Wood Elves, which he hadn't played before, so
Mm,
it was not the best preparation because we lost Dionysian last minute. We couldn't get hold of him, unfortunately, and
uh.
we had to bring in Burt, who was a strong player.
Mm,
Um, and he was playing a team that he's not a naturally gifted Wood Elf coach. That was originally going to be No Number's team, but
mm,
No Number ended up taking Undead, and Bert ended up on the Wood Elves. So it
mm,
was very last minute. So yeah, I mean the game, the Lithuania matchup that we drew
mm,
came down to No Number's match himself. He was playing Mankis.
mm,
Mankis, spectacularly talented coach, top 10 in the world, I think. And at half time, they went out to digest what had been going on, and Mankis sensed something, said something to No Number. No Number should have just played for the draw at that point. The draw would have got us
the win
the
in the
round
round,
win.
yeah.
But Mankis said to No Number at half time, he said, "Oh, you didn't give me as many puzzles as I thought you would that half." And that was like that triggered Tom, and Tom went for the victory. He really pushed for the win in the second half and ended up losing the match. And
Mm,
yeah, unfortunately, that cost us the round win. If we'd won that, looking at the final results, we would have actually finished 11th, and we would have finished the highest British Isles team. So
mm,
we would have finished ahead of England, who had a bad tournament by
yeah,
their standards.
yeah,
The positives that we took out of Greece, and it's a shame we can't look at the full
yeah,
results at the moment,
yeah.
was France, who won it,
Mm,
lost as many games as we did, or maybe one less.
mm.
So we weren't losing our matchups, we were just drawing too many. We weren't winning enough, we were
N-
drawing too many,
Yeah.
which is something that repeated itself in this year's Home Nations, interestingly.
Mm. Do you think that do you think that was perhaps like was it coach mentality? Like, were you not seeking wins aggressively enough, or was it just unfortunate dice at the wrong time?
Well, this, we've got Andy Davo,
Mm. You do have Andy Davo. You certainly do.
and I think he went 2-3-1. Now,
Mm.
if Andy turns a couple of those draws into wins and that loss into a draw, we're not far away at all. The fact that we're competing with the likes of Denmark and Italy at this year's EuroBowl. Poland are very strong as well. England narrowly beat us at this year's Home Nations. We're there or thereabouts, and we're really getting close to doing something. So at this year's Home Nations, we lost 13 games. Italy, who won it, only lost 10. So again, we went 13 wins, 14 draws, and 13 losses. So we lost less games than the team that finished in third place at that. So we're very close to doing something really, really strong. It's exciting times, and hopefully we can get stronger and stronger.
Bert Mac in the chat says 1-4-1 for Andy's record on.
Oh, there you go. Andy drawing 4.
Yeah, that's very unlike him. Yeah.
Andy drawing 4 games. He that's the exact reason that we didn't win more. We drew too many games. I drew 4 as well. It's just I didn't lose one. So, that's where we were at.
Yeah. Well, I certainly hope that it seems that you've scrutinized, certainly put effort into thinking of like what went sideways in last year, and hopefully you've learned some lessons. Though I feel that the tournament package when it comes to like roster creation is fairly different from like last EuroBowl.
Yes, it's significantly different this time round, and we've got significantly different races that we've selected.
Yeah. But speaking of, I feel that that's a fairly good segue into taking a look at the rosters and their coaches. And obviously, just as I say that, the EuroBowl 25 rosters once again decides to self-refresh, I guess. But the first one is Andy Tavo, and he is playing a team that I believe he was playing Necro the last time.
Yeah, Necro is the race that he is very strong with, but we have Joseph now, who is equally strong on Necro. Joseph is very, very strong on Necro, so Andy is such a talented coach and plays so much Blood Bowl that he can make any race work. And originally he was going to take Chaos Chosen. In fact, Chaos Chosen is what Andy took to the Home Nations, and it was my call to change Andy to a more responsive team that can really, if I want someone to go for a win, then Andy's the person I'm going to go to and say, Andy, I need you to push for a win here.
Yeah.
Don't hold for the draw. It's hard to do that with Chaos Chosen.
Yeah.
It's less difficult to do that with Elven Union.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we wanted to have our strongest player playing a more responsive race.
Yeah. And just so we're not lacking in the department of heaping praise upon Andy Tavo, he's currently NAF ranked number 10 in the world. Not as impressive as last time, as I believe he was ranked number 3, but I do believe that real life has put some more obstacles in him attending tournaments. From what I understand, he's maybe been
playing a lot. He played a tournament this weekend. He's just choosing slightly different races. If you look at the Glico rankings, he's number 8 at the moment.
Okay.
Currently. Yeah. So yeah, his current world ranking is 8. His Necro ranking is ELO NAF ranking. Necro is 266. But he's playing a team that he's only actually played 11 games with in tournament play.
Yeah.
And in that 11 games, he's got a win rate of 90.91%.
Okay. That's, yeah. I mean, impressive resume, yeah.
Yeah. And he is, in this squad, the most capped player. He's got 38 caps for Wales.
Yeah, I remember when previously talking about last year, we were talking about the Wales formation, like how it worked, and you mentioned that Andy Tavo was both. I believe there were 2 ways points wise to qualify, and he was the top of both leaderboards at that moment. So he had essentially double the points of anyone else getting to the team that way. So
yeah.
no question that Andy Davo is an extremely skilled coach. But looking at his roster here, he's got the two blitzers who've got dodge. He's got a catcher who has dodge. Two catchers, correct. it throws me off that he puts the dodge, and then there's the frenzy wrestle piece in the middle. That just throws me off somewhat. And then he's got a lineman.
That throws you off. My roster's going to really upset you.
Great. Thank you. But he's got lineman with wrestle. He's got lineman with block. He's got three linemen with no skills. He's got both of the throwers, one with leader, one with nothing, apothecary, and two rerolls. And I look at this roster and go, I can't really find a fault in it.
Yeah, there was he did think about the diving tackle option on a blitzer that Purple Goo's gone for, but you know how Andy likes a frenzy piece.
He does,
and he makes it work. So
yeah.
There was no discussion about his roster. The way Andy tells it, he threw that together very, very quickly, sent it over, and said, "This is my holder." He talked about it on his stream that he had last week with Jock and Keithabix and Wolfin from Team England.
Yeah,
and Torquemada was there as well, wasn't he? So yeah, this is the roster that he went for.
Yeah, no, it's one of those, like, the only sort of what I could see is I, like, personally as a change, I could see myself either the lineman with wrestle or the block lineman, like, changing that to a tackle just to have a tackle. But when you have wrestle, frenzy, catcher, like, that's already good enough, I think.
The advantage I think wrestle has over tackle is it protects you in your turn as well.
Yeah, true.
You know, if you're avoiding with elves, if you're avoiding taking armor rolls, even if you've been dragged, even if you're on the floor, it's not ideal. But it's another way to protect the player.
Yeah,
so that's why, and it does as good a job as tackle at popping the ball, and when you merge it with frenzy, it becomes even more strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And but yeah, we've already talked quite a bit about Andy Davo, but what do you think, like, just as someone who's probably been observing Andy Davo in the wild for as long as you have, what do you think is the one, like, the biggest strength that he has as a player?
His positional play is second to none. He doesn't make mistakes. He really thinks before he rolls dice. He doesn't take unmitigated risks, and he knows when to put the pressure on. I mean, it's a combination of everything. There's not one thing you can do in Blood Bowl to really push it home.
Oh yeah,
he will make anything work. He'll look at any rule set and analyze it to come up with a roster that he thinks can win. I mean, he took Snotlings this weekend and finished 4th at a tournament he was at this weekend with Snotlings. Did allow a lot of star players though. But,
Andy has certainly made it perfectly clear that he is no fan of the stunty teams. So if he's taking Snotlings and he's doing as well with them, like that.
He did have Morg and I think he had Gifter as well, but yeah.
Fair. So he had, like, he had a couple of star players who did all of the hard work, and the Snotlings were just accidentally on the pitch at the same time.
Yeah, he had a couple of trolls and a pump wagon.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, no, Elven Union, one of those that you will see quite a bit in the tournament. Certainly the most populous of elves, which is a bit more than a bit of a change, like from previous year even. Though they were fairly represented last year as well, I think.
Yeah, I think, say what you like about the rule set. I know it's been discussed to death, so I don't want to go into it now in particular detail, but it certainly has shaken things up with roster selections. I think there's a bigger spread this time.
Yeah, I would agree. All right, moving on to the man who already popped up in chat as well. We got Bert Mac, and he's Chaos Chosen.
Yeah. So again, Bert's another one of those coaches who has had his race changed since the Home Nations. At the Home Nations, Bert was taking Renegades, which is his strongest race. And again, we wanted something slightly more reliable, less swingy, which is what can happen with Renegades. Bert, by his own admission, has not had the best of years with his win rate. He's not having the best run. I think he'd agree. But the Home Nations, the Renegades did struggle a little bit, and so I made the call to change that to Chaos Chosen. The roster he's taken is the roster that Andy Davo took to the Home Nations, which Andy made work. So yeah, that's where it we went with Bert, and yeah, strong player. His Welsh ranking, he's 15th in Wales, and his strongest race, he's a 200 plus ELO coach with Renegades, and Chaos Chosen aren't that similar to the way that they play. They just don't have the elf, which I know Bert loves. Used to carrying it on a Beastman or Chaos Blocker, depending on the matchups. But we will digest that in our Airbnb. So yeah, he's so he's ranked 15th in Wales at the moment. His world ranking is around about 500. It's pretty strong. And yeah, I mean, this roster is Andy Davo approved. I think it's the best way to put it.
A banger. Yeah. It says Bird Mac in the. It's a banger apparently.
It is. I like this roster. It's nearly the same roster as the one that I would have taken. In fact, this roster, even when I discussed it with Andy, this is the roster that I perhaps suggested to Andy. The only difference was I didn't have the Guard Ogre. I actually had that as Claw, just to scare them. Yeah, I think that's because I like to scare bashing teams a little bit more. Yeah, because I'm naturally an elf player. So yeah, I like the roster, and that's where we're at with Bert.
Yeah, no, I think. I mean, I'm certainly not an. I think me and Andy Davo when as Blood Bowl players are at least somewhat different, because I look at this roster. And it's a solid roster. Again, I can see what it wants to do. I can see that it's gonna do the thing that it wants to do well. No questions about that. But I personally, it just the too mighty blow on the Chaos Blockers. And again, no sure hands, no tackle on the Beastman runners. Just as a further safeguard, I guess. It just feels off to me. I can see why you do the roster like this, but I don't. This would not be the roster that I would make for Chaos Chosen. But
I think this is a Chaos Chosen roster that's been replicated a few times, actually.
No, I'm yeah.
It's very much what you want to do. Depending on the racial matchups, this roster is going to be fine against the Bashy matchups. It will struggle against the Skaven, Wood Elf, Elven Union matchups. And in those instances, you're going to have to carry on one of those chosen blockers, one of the ones that doesn't have Mighty Blow, just to have that as your protection, the Strength 4, and the block becomes your protection against the inevitable strip balls, tackles, so on and so forth. Force people to roll 2 dice uphill. And that's the situation. But protect your ball carrier as best you can.
Yeah, certainly. And I mean, as I said, it's certainly no bad roster. I would never accuse it of being that, but it is one that I personally probably wouldn't make. I can certainly play this. I'm sure. I understand what it does, but yeah, I'm not surprised that this would be a sort of roster that would be replicated, because this is this is very much playing to the strength of the Chaos Chosen, and like let's be honest, in a world where the Chaos Chosen faces off against Elven Union or the Skaven or the Wood Elves, like unless they get the removals that they need, right? Like they are underdogs, like from a win-loss standpoint, and that's exactly where you want to have the two Mighty Blow Chaos blockers instead of something else there. So
yeah.
All right.
Summed it up.
Yeah. Moving on, we have Dementor with the Amazons.
Yeah. This is Sand's youngest son, who's currently Welsh ranked number 3.
That's very impressive. Very impressive.
143rd in the world at the moment. A couple of places above me. Truth be known, he hates playing Amazons. He doesn't like them at all. He makes them work. He prefers his Tomb Kings. But he can't wait to get rid of these Amazons, I think. He just finds them boring to play.
Yeah.
They're a competitive team, but for him, they're just a bit boring. But yeah, as you can see, his Amazon ranking is 203. That's pretty strong. This is his 16th cap for Wales. Played 35 games with Amazons in tournaments. Win rate of 62.86%. So
very good. Very good. Yeah.
2/3 of his games with them. Although I did enjoy destroying him at a tournament earlier this year when he was playing this race and I was playing Isles.
I'm sure you did. But
yeah. Again, we're very lucky in Alex, Dementor, and Joseph. We've got 2 coaches who are still at university and competing so strongly.
Certainly, like if they stick with the hobby, as Blood Bowl players do tend to do, even if they may take a leave of absence of a longer period, like always good to have that like young up and coming coaches that you can give this like EuroBowl experience specifically can be very, very valuable in bettering them as a player and like showing them how the team organizing and such things work for when maybe one day they'll be, if not like they'll be the captain of the team and they're going to be showing the ropes to the next new guys.
Funnily enough, I've actually, we can talk about the team a little bit more detail, but each of the including myself, 6 of the team actually have key roles in the whole organization of the way that Wales is doing. In fact, 7 of us have roles. So Dementor and Joseph, the 2 younglings, if you like, they're in charge of in-game communication. So they are naturally faster players and tend to finish their games quicker. And between the 2 of them, they're the ones that are going to be communicating through myself about where we need to tell people to play for wins, play for play for the point, so on and so forth. So they are critical to the team. Burt Mack is head of morale and motivation. So what's lovely about John Burt Mack is that his attitude to Blood Bowl is we'll just go in and win, won't we? It doesn't matter how things go. He says we'll just win the next one.
Yeah.
And he's like gets people's heads drop if they're having a bad one.
Yeah.
So Bert's in charge of making sure people's heads don't drop, including his own. So yeah, I'll look after Bert, and Bert can look after everybody else. So yeah, Dementor and Joseph are absolutely key members of this team now, and the future of Welsh Blood Bowl. I'm the old guy in the team now.
I'm sure you. I have shingles right now, says Bert Mac.
Brilliant. You better still be coming. I'll slap you on that nerve.
Yeah, he's got a pills. All right, wonderful. That's always good to
everybody on the bloody plane, though.
Yeah. G. Coleman says he's the old man of the team with no bitterness whatsoever. I'm sure. But
what can we say about? I mean, that's standard Amazon roster. There's not much to do with it. He's actually gone with the 2 block blitzers, which gives him more fluidity. But he still has the wrestle built in there on a line woman instead. So for me, he has to protect her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I do agree with the two blocks on the piranhas, like just because like they are essentially your catcher like as well, so just yeah, the wrestle on the line woman rather than one of the piranha warrior blitzers. This is a roster that I would play if I was playing Amazons, but I do have to agree with Dementor. I find the new Amazons are more interesting than the old Amazons, but because they're so strong, I don't feel like playing them like in the sense of like it just doesn't appeal to me as a team. But yeah, no,
Not a
they're
race that I play, but my daughter plays it an awful lot. My 13-year-old.
Inducting them into the hobby as well. Yeah.
Well, she's been to 3 tournaments now. She has managed a win. She got her first win in her last tournament. So,
Nice.
so yeah, she's doing okay.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad that her father hovering over her shoulders on the hobby hasn't soured her on it, or her father beating her in the hobby. I guess
I'd never force her to come. Just whether she wants to.
Yeah, fair enough, and that's good parenting, everyone. That's good parenting. But yeah, no, it's there is a very much a reason that only like 27 out of 30 teams has an Amazon team on it, and yeah, I think we can move on with that.
I can't believe not everyone's got an Amazon team.
Yeah, it surprises me, but the Czechs that I interviewed just now did not have an Amazon team. Their reasoning for it was just they just did not have a coach who wanted to play them. Is essentially they have more, they give more lenience, I guess more free choice to their coaches when it comes to like what races they're going to be bringing in, because they also have the only Nurgle team in the tournament.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
We're lucky enough in the Welsh community to have 3 coaches who have got Amazon rank ratings over 200. So, yeah.
Oh. All right, then moving on to this fellow called GColeman76. I believe he played High Elves in the last tournament as well.
Yeah, there's a rumor going round which I hastily deny, that I only play High Elves. I will admit that half my NAF tournament games have been with High Elves, but I have played 13 other races. I think I'm up to 14. So, but yeah, High Elves. Yeah, it's my favourite race. I like the lore. I like everything about them, and I was always convinced I could make them work. And didn't get beaten in Greece with them.
Yeah. I mean, considering your record.
Yeah. I've played 153 NAF tournament games with High Elves. I've got a win rate with them 65.69%. I'm currently ranked 4th in Wales, about 145th in the world, so 2 places below Dementor. This time last year I was 2nd in Wales, but Joseph and Dementor have overtaken me. I'm an old man and they're young chaps. This is my 28th cap, so I'm the 2nd highest capped player in the team. And yeah, I'm the captain this time. Took over from No Number, and yeah, I mean, it's basically a very similar roster to the one I took in Greece. The wrestle dodge I think is strong. I do have the 4 dodge players. People have questioned the dodge thrower. He's in the team. Firstly, people say, well, you could have just gone with a block lineman. Yeah, fine. I like redundancy in my teams, so all my players have a role. The only players that don't have the redundancy is the leader thrower and the dodge thrower. Everybody else has got someone else that can do exactly the same job. The dodge thrower isn't afraid about getting involved in a fight, and when the ball does get inevitably popped, he's the guy that's going to jump in, not the leader. He will jump in using his dodge skill to make the hasty breakaways, because High Elves will win on turnovers. They're not going to win trying to defend a narrow match. They're going to win it on defense. They're not going to win it on offense. I don't particularly. The rule set meant I could only take 2 rerolls. I prefer 3 rerolls plus leader. I like the 4 rerolls.
Oh.
So I've had to curb my enthusiasm a little bit. But yeah, 2 rerolls, and yeah, here we go.
Does the lack of an apothecary scare you at all? Because like I
No,
oh no.
I've not ever taken an apothecary with high elves. They've got armor 9+. I'm very good at giving people linemen to kill, and occasionally a thrower. But other than that, it's stood up. It stood up well at the Home Nations this year. I popped balls against everybody, just never got the right scatters. Yeah, doesn't frighten me. You're going to have to accept that if someone's dice get hot, and what a singular apothecary is not going to make a huge difference. That's why I've built redundancy in the team, having 2 blitzers with dodge, 3 wrestle catchers. Yes, the dodge one is slightly more important, but they can all do the same job. And 2 throwers. So if something happens to one of the throwers, you've still got the passing option because you've got the second thrower there. So there is redundancy built into this team just by its very design, which is something I really like. I don't like teams like Old World Alliance where you're hyper reliant on certain positionals and there is no redundancy for them. You know, and even a high off lineman can score a touchdown there.
Yeah.
Agility 2+ as well. So yeah, it's important. So yeah, that's why I went with this build. Yeah.
How do you feel especially like high elf is? I feel at least in the Blood Bowl communities that I generally see, listen to, and other and nearby, high elves don't they don't really seem to register in the sense of like there's not a lot of people who are hyped about them, and there's not a lot of high elf there's what I think 8 or 7 high elves that are going into EUROBOWL.
Yeah, I think there's a large group of races that are competitive in this rule set. I think high elves tick that box. Andy Davo's YouTube video about races for EUROBOWL high elves were to be considered if you have the right coach to play them.
A specialist, if you will.
Yeah, a specialist. So yeah, I think they're competitive. I think the reason they're not as popular as other races is because they've just not been released in Blood Bowl 2020, and they're not going to be. So,
yeah, which is very weird of a statement to make. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think once they are released, which won't be that long, I would imagine this time next year we'll have a brand new high elf roster.
Right, probably, yeah.
I think they'll be super popular for a while. As lots of people start playing them.
I certainly hope that they don't get the same treatment as Chaos Dwarves, because a lot of people have not been very enthusiastic about the Chaos Dwarf changes.
I'll still play high elves no matter what they come back with. So ultimately, they're still elves.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, moving on to we got J Ward.
Yeah, James is my vice captain. Been around a little while. He took Elven Union. Elven Union, other race that he potentially was going to be taking to EUROBOWL this year. He's a naturally defensive player. We looked at his stats, and he was scoring on average 1 touchdown per game with Elven Union.
That's
wrong.
Yeah, that
me, he's doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Or getting 1-1s and 0-0s with Elven Union. He the 0-0 match. Elven Union versus Skaven was one of the matches he had this year, and it finished 0-0.
Wow,
quite funny. But Elven Union is his 3rd strongest race, and he played with them a lot this year. But after deciding that I wanted Andy on, so James gave them up to his highest rated team, his Orc team. And yeah, his NAF ranking with Orcs is 205. He's ranked 5th in Wales at the moment and in the top 200 in the world. Yeah, very strong player. I also made him to help out with the managerial side of the teams. He's also our team's accountant, keeping everybody on track and stuff like that. So he's a very methodical coach and really knows how to grind out of the results with Orcs. And he's played loads and loads of games with Orcs online. He's played 32 tournament games and has a win rating of 70.31% with Orcs.
Which is very impressive, yeah.
Very strong. The lowest win rating we have with any coach, with any race that they're taking to Hungary is actually Dementor with the 62.86 Amazons. Everybody else is actually above that. So I didn't cover John's. John's only played 6 games with Chaos Chosen, but with those 6 games that he's played, it's got a win rating of 66.67%, which is similar to his Chaos Renegades, which he's got far more experience with, but they play so similarly. Just get up in your face and smash him in the face. Really. So yeah, James again, very strong on Orcs. He was in the Wales UK Team Championship team last year. Finished as runners up, and he took Orcs there as well. So yeah, strong Orc player.
Bert Mac commented that he only lost to a Team Wales player with the Chaos Chosen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, my bias against Orcs as a whole is well known, I think, at this point. But looking at the not the skill distribution that I thought I would see, I'll be honest. I wasn't.
For a coach that's methodical like James, this builds perfectly. He will protect that ball and protect it and protect it. And positionally, he's ace. The thrower's going to carry the ball, and he's going to have lots of guards standing around him, and he'll get his touchdown. And then once you give him the ball, if he gets scored against, he's not going to give another touchdown away.
Yeah.
So he will be strong for the tie in most instances, and the key games where he can turn things around or get numbers. Mighty Blow Blitzer, that will be critical games.
Yeah. No, I can certainly see it. I would have expected at least one of those guards that's on the big end blocker to have been moved to one of the blitzers, just to have that extra mobility on a guard. Like, as you said, redundancy is very much a thing that I do like. So, but
James play tested this a lot. He's very methodical in his thinking.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's been getting some strong results online playing this. I think he played Tank this week and got a 1-1 draw. And he's been playing. Yeah, he's excellent Orc player. Far better than I am. I'm rubbish.
Yeah. All right. Joseph already covered him as a coach a little bit, but can you open up a little more?
Yeah, Joseph he's actually Greenskin Phil's girlfriend's son. So that's how he got into the Blood Bowl.
Okay.
Greenskin Phil, who obviously is on the Team England Open team.
Yeah.
Joseph started playing, took to Blood Bowl like a duck takes to water. He was in Malta playing alongside Greenskin Phil and Torquemada. They've played an awful lot. He's part of Tactics and Theatrics as well. He's played for them. He's 38 games with Necro, 71.05% win rate with Necro. He's got a Necro rating of 220. He's one of our 200 plus Amazon coaches as well, which he's got a 218. He's ranked number 2 in Wales and currently, I think, let's have a look, 68th in the world. So yeah, very, very strong in a short Blood Bowl career, but he's played so much this year. So much.
You said that wrong, said Bert Mac.
What did I say wrong? He's
Yeah, I
That's
did
all right.
not
It's
catch
fine.
it. But yeah, well, I'm sure he'll elaborate. But yeah, no, this certainly seems like an not even an up and coming talent. Like he's talent already as it is. Like with
Yeah,
stats like that.
yeah. Can't argue with it. And like I've already covered with Joseph,
Mm,
he's key to the communication. Fast
mm,
player, gets his wins. Yeah, he went on a ridiculous run earlier this year where he played something like nearly 40 games and didn't lose a single game. Oh,
Greenskin Phil's daughter's boyfriend, not son.
okay. Yeah, Greenskin Phil's daughter's boyfriend. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
clarification.
Yeah. Very, very important clarification, Bert Mac. We appreciate it. But yeah, no. A ridiculous run. You said.
Yeah, he went on the ridiculous run where he managed to go undefeated for like something close to 40 games.
Hmm. That's wow. That's. I mean, at that point, like you would think that at that point, like even like the dice would see to it, but like one of the hallmarks of a very good coach is being able to retain that cool head and in the face of adversity and bad dice. So
Yeah, yeah. Super strong. At Home Nations, he actually finished on 4 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses, and in second place
mm
on strength of schedule.
mm,
Yeah, just behind Nippy Longscar,
mm.
and 1 place ahead of Andy Davo.
Okay, good to know. Um, looking at the Necro roster that he's bringing, it's the Czechs had a Necro team as well, and it's looked a little different than this one. But yeah, this is pretty much what I would expect of a like this. This is what I would consider the stable, competitive Necro roster.
Yeah, yeah. This is what he took to Home Nations. He was happy with it. He went 4 wins, a draw, and a loss. He played England coaches, Italian coaches, Polish coaches. Didn't lose a match. So
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be knocked.
Certainly, certainly not. But yeah, the Czech team's Necro had a killer wraith instead of the 2 guard and did not have a second werewolf. But yeah, I think this is I can understand the appeal of having a killer wraith. But I do think that just having the double guard on there as a
We're back to redundancy
yeah
again, aren't we?
yeah
With the double block
yeah
werewolf. An officious ref sends off your werewolf, becomes dreadful.
yeah absolutely. All right, Orkster with Lizardman and
So interesting. Looking at R8, the only people that haven't changed, Dementa, myself, Joseph, are the only ones that haven't changed their race since Home Nations.
mm,
Orkster really thought he could make vampires work,
mm,
but for whatever reason, was not getting the results with them, and it went for quite a period of time where he just wasn't getting the results that he wanted or that the team needed
mm,
with vampires. So we had a chat, and he was the most difficult person to find a race. His top 3 races are Slan, Skaven, and Lizards.
mm,
Lizards, he's got an ELO rating of 223, and he actually he won a tournament today, actually beating Andy Davo in that tournament I was talking about. He did actually win a tournament today. He took Skaven to that one, but yeah, he's taken Lizards. He's played 41 tournament games with them with a win rating of 73.17%. Once he made the move to Lizards, he was certainly happier. The obvious decision was what to do with the 2 extra Sauruses that can't take blocks, and whether it was going to be 11 or 12 man roster. He's going for the 11-man build. he's taken a wrestle and a tackle saurus. That tackle saurus obviously will be gunning for those blodgers, and will be there to support. But yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do, and this was forced on people by the rule set. But he's not alone. There are other lizard teams that have gone for it. Some of them have taken double wrestle, but he decided he wanted the tackle, and yeah. So yeah, I mean, not much to say. He's currently ranked number 11 in Wales, 448-ish in the world. That'll be slightly higher now after this weekend's strong win. But yeah, nearly 73% win rates with lizards, and in Malta he was on the Welsh Open team that I think finished in third place or as runners up. I can't remember exactly. So strong coach, and obviously also qualified from Athens as well, and he was playing lizards there as well.
Yeah, no, it is a very noticeable drop in the amount of lizardmen teams going from Athens to Hungary now.
Yeah, and that's because they want to take 6 block. Realistically, that's what sauruses want to do. You don't really want a saurus on the floor, even with wrestle, because they're going to get stamped on, and lizardmen team need their 6 sauruses. Which is why he's got the Apo.
Yeah. No, it all makes sense. I would personally probably have instead of going for a wrestle on the Saurus blocker, I would have given him guard just to give that extra edge in any sort of a brawl matchup. But then again, you are playing lizards with Croxigore and 6 strength 4 pieces, so it's not.
Yeah. You've got the strength 4 and the strength 5 piece.
Yeah.
There'll be a way to get a skink in place to start some blocking happening.
Yeah.
There's not going to be many Black Orc teams, and 6 strength 4 and a strength 5. It's one of the strongest teams out there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I do like this. I do like this. I mean, yeah, as I said, there many an opinion have been made about the EuroBowl rules this year, and limiting the amount of skills, like of the same skill that you can have, and how it affects teams. So like lizardmen teams, I think, were one of the biggest, sort of, well, loser may be harsh, but like at least several people dropped them because of that change. So but like, as competitive minded of a team as this, like seeing a person pick up lizardmen and having that high of a rating with them, like I'm sure he can give his best effort at making it work. But yeah, I definitely do like the roster here. And then last but not least, we got Rubik with humans.
Played in the EuroBowl squad since Portugal, a long time, even before I was on the scene. And that was his last cap back in Portugal. He obviously was selected as open captain, and he stepped up to the team after no number stepped out. His 2 strongest races are Wood Elves and Humans, so I trusted him to decide on which of those 2 he preferred to build. He's gone with the fairly standard human build here. I guess Pro's the
odd one out.
Yoga, yeah. But he's played 52 tournament games with humans, win rate of 64.42%. And his ELO, his NAF ELO ranking with humans is 202. He's ranked 14th in Wales, so it was a very strong pick to come into the team. And around about 460th in the world. And what's lovely is from our 8, every one of the 8 here is inside the top 15 in Wales. So we've got, we've got ranks 1, 2, 3, and 4. Me, Dementor, Joe, and Andy. And then number 5, unfortunately, couldn't make it. Which is Rick Reckless.
Oh yeah.
Loinster, who's jumped up in the rankings this year. He didn't qualify. Michael Jones, also didn't qualify, although strong showing. He's in the top 10,
Mm.
and no number obviously stepped out.
Yeah.
So, we've got half of the top 10, and then the rest of the squad comes within the top 15. So it's a very, very strong team. A very strong team. We've got the best that we can offer. Rubik stepped in, ranked 14th, as I've said. And yeah, it's exciting to have him on the team. He was going to be at Home Nations as the Home Nations captain on the Open team, and unfortunately got sick. So luckily he's said yes to joining us in Budapest, and it's a fairly standard human build. The 3-guard blitzers, the tackle mighty blow kill piece.
Yep.
The leader thrower, which gives him 4 rerolls, and a pro ogre, which builds in more reliability.
Yeah.
He has got a halfling in there and a couple of catches as well, with the speed and the 1-turn options. 4 rerolls is tasty. It's a 13-man roster with an Apo. I guess that kill blitzer, the tackle mighty blow one, might have a lot of use of that apothecary. But yeah, it's he knows what he's doing with humans. And yeah, I've got absolute faith in Luke, and looking forward to playing alongside him.
Well, glad to hear that he's fit and healthy and ready to go. Looking at this team, I have genuinely found, like, in my games that I've done just fine with just the 3 rerolls. So I'd probably switch the leader out on the thrower to potentially just a wrestle on a catcher or something like that. But yeah, this is looks very standard. Again, ogre with pro over block is another choice that he makes. I think it's a entirely valid. He couldn't take block. Yeah, of course the rule set gets in the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, pro definitely. You definitely don't want wrestle on the ogre. So yeah, pro it would be it. But yeah,
with the ogre, you're not going to throw, if the ogre double skulls, you're not going to be throwing a team reroll at it because of the loner. So it'll be the last action. If it goes wrong, then you can pro it, and 66% of the chance you get the reroll anyway. With the pro. So yeah.
But yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Humans not that well represented. I don't think they were. Actually, no. Hold on. I'm checking the numbers here. Humans were actually, there's 12 of them, so fairly high up there.
Over a third.
Yeah.
Over a third of the teams have taken humans.
So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they do, because humans are. I've found that humans are often in a very sort of awkward spot when it comes to, like, tournament, like how well they fare in tournaments and such. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Rubik and the other human coaches can do. But yeah, with that, I think unless there's any other comments you want to make about the coaches and other overall.
So I'll just cover the other roles. I've covered some of them.
Yeah, the communications, morale.
Orkster's in charge of logistics. He's the one that's making sure they're in the right place at the right times. He's also coordinating stuff, getting to the from the airport, so on and so forth. Rubik obviously is back in the squad at last minute notice, so he hasn't got a role. And then Andy Davo is in charge of making sure that everybody in the team is well hydrated. So he's our tea boy. Whenever anybody wants a cup of tea back at our accommodation, Andy's the guy that you're going to be asking. So yeah, that's the only right place for the world number 8.
Yeah.
And he'll be in charge of making our cups of tea. He doesn't want any other responsibilities because he has fans to think about. So
yeah, he has Blood Bowl to calculate in his head in the meantime.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is pretty much like I'm sure that there are other teams where at least unofficially there are these sorts of roles given out to team members, but I think this is the first time that someone has openly said that like these are the
Well, I
tasks.
think from Team Wales's point of view, it's always been the captain doing a lot of these roles
Mm-hmm.
and making sure, and it's a lot for a captain to be thinking about.
Yeah.
Um, you know, you can't be juggling all of these plates. It's difficult as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so actually spreading the load and making sure people have their own responsibilities.
Yeah.
I'll be there to support and oversee. It's just the way I like to manage.
Yeah.
And ultimately, as team captain, you are the manager as well.
Yeah.
I guess if you're a non-playing captain, then you could get
Yeah.
people
You can
to
take a
focus
larger
on
role
that.
there. Yeah.
But we'd need someone to volunteer to say, I want to go as a non-playing captain. So
Yeah.
they're more than welcome. It doesn't work within our charter, unfortunately. That so
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's the way we're at.
Yeah, I mean, I like delegation of tasks to people who can be relied upon to do them is one of the key aspects of being a good leader or leader maybe, but
Spoken like a true soldier. Spoken like a true soldier.
yeah, I've the tasks that I often delegate to others are probably less less savory to them than you what you've
Excellent. Clean the
delegated.
toilets. Yeah.
All right.
You're on latrine duty, sunshine. Yeah.
Oh, oh, so, well, I mean, somebody has to dig them, and it's not gonna be me.
Exactly.
All right. But I think with that, we can jump over to having discussed the rosters, having discussed what how you fared the last time. I think we can take a look to the future, and we've kind of already have with the coaches, but. So, in the upcoming Hungary 2025 EuroBowl, like where do you put yourself? Where's the expectation for the team?
I was looking at sand seedings,
Mm.
and I think we're seeded at ninth based on our average ELO, and that's bearing in mind that Andy's on a race um, that isn't his natural race. I think you're checking my
10th. Sweden is above you
10th.
slightly.
Yeah, so with bearing in mind that Andy's on a race that he's not played
Mm.
very much, and Bert's on a race that he's not played very much,
Mm.
I think at the very least we should be looking to push into the top 10.
Mm. Mm.
If things go well, if we can look after our matches, not lose them like we did at both um, Athens and also nice. Thanks, Bert, for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if we can turn just 6 or 7 of those draws into wins
Mm.
across the whole tournament, um, I think top 5 is very feasible, and obviously it'd be fantastic to win it. I was lucky enough to um, be on the right side of a UK Team Championship win
Mm.
a few years back, where um, 2 of the guys hadn't played Blood Bowl for over 18 months.
Mm.
In fact, it was when 2020 had just come out,
Mm.
and they knew what they were doing on the Blood Bowl pitch. They knew how to look after their matches, and we just said, just don't lose your games, and it worked. We won every round by half a point or by the 1 point, and
Mm.
we went on to win it. You don't need to smash in, you know, 8 victories every round.
Mm.
4.5 victories wins you the 4.5. 4 wins
Yeah.
and a draw
Yep.
wins you the round.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so if everyone can get their draws, 7 draws and a win wins you the round.
Yep.
So let's look after what we've been doing well over the last, 2 years or so.
Mm.
Let's look after our own matches. Don't give away silly opportunities to the opposition.
Mm.
Grind out those results. There's going to be those games where your team gets deleted, certainly
Mm.
with the Elves and, even perhaps the Amazons, that might happen too.
Mm.
But look after your matches, and if we can turn just half a dozen of those results we go from 500 to 0.675, and then we're in the running. We're in the mix at 67%.
Yeah.
Seeded at 10th, yeah, great. Let's be aiming for that or higher. And I think we should be able to really put some frighteners in it, even at the home nations as well. We lost narrowly to England 4-2. One of those losses gets turned into a win, and it's a draw. And both our matches we lost by that odd game. Turn that 2 into a 3 and change that 4 to a 3. And then we lost half matches. I think we lost to Denmark 4-3. Which means you only have to turn a draw into a win.
Yep.
Or if you turn a loss into a draw, then that round is tied. So we're there or thereabouts. We're competing with the best players in the world, and I think we could be a dark horse for doing something spectacular. We have finished 4th in the EuroBowls before, back in Wales in 2018. And I'd like to be able to say that I've got absolute faith in this team and this bunch of players. Just look after their matches. They don't get beaten very much. In fact, the person I'm most worried about is myself, but I think that might be nerves, if I'm absolutely honest. I really am quite nervous about my own play this year. Although I looking at the averages for our qualification system, I think that you could say 5 or 6 of us are already probably qualified, even with one average to come. So you're going to see a lot of the same names in Poland in a year's time.
Well, as Bert Mack has been designated, he has said, "Let's just win it, Gav."
Yeah. I don't think we're far away. I really don't think we're far away. A few dice here and there. I really think we could upset a lot of teams. I really do.
All right. Yeah. Well, speaking of upsetting teams, is there any team in particular that you're looking to beat? Like, I mean, the UK, like the islands, quite rife with Blood Bowl rivalries, I hear. So
yeah, I mean, Wales, Scotland, and Ireland play for the Celtic Trophy. So the top Celtic nation is obviously one that we do like to play for. We did beat Scotland and Ireland in this year's home nations. And we are the current holders of the Celtic Trophy. So obviously those friendly rivalries with our Irish and our Scottish friends, but the people that we really want to finish ahead of is England.
Yeah.
And if you finish ahead of England, you're going to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
You'll be in the running.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's the aim. We don't even have to play against them.
just beat them on the scoreboard. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
I'm sure the Team England will give you the toughest of challenges on that one.
Oh, absolutely. It's worth noting in Athens, if no number hadn't handed his match against Mankiz away, we would actually have finished above England in the overall standings.
Yeah.
Because that win would have made a difference. Because England didn't have a great EuroBowl.
Yeah, no, it was one of the. I think Italy didn't do, like, out of the sort of big nations, I feel, but like both England and Italy, I think, had a bit of a bad run that time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But I think with that, unless you have any final words that you wish to give, any particular tournaments that are going to be happening in Wales that you'd like to promote, this would be the time.
Obviously, the Welsh National Championship happens in January. I think it's already sold out, but if you want to get on the waiting list, it's I think it's the second week in January. Let me just check the dates. It is 16th, 17th, and 18th. So 17th and 18th of January. Yeah.
Certainly
and
going to
if you
be.
can't make that, if you can't make that, the following weekend at No Numbers Shop in High Wycombe, 24th and 25th of January, is a double standards tournament. So it's a pairs tournament, you and a friend, and that's well attended as well. So there's still tickets for that, and hopefully we'll be using the new Blood Bowl 2025 rules for that.
Yeah, no, and I mean, from what we can gather just by this interview alone, like the Welsh Blood Bowl scene certainly seems very competitive. Like
I think there's the Welsh National Championship. I think we're at around about 110 people coming, so maybe 120. And we've got an awful lot of active coaches. 207 Blood Bowl players registered to Wales, and 100 of those are very active at the moment. So, yeah.
All right.
In fact, our latest recruit, interestingly enough, who has Welsh heritage, lives in Denmark, and you might know his name. Hargrim has joined the Welsh Confederation.
What?
Yeah.
He's got Welsh ancestry?
He does. He has a Welsh grandparent. So he is declared for Wales. So you might see Hargrim on the Welsh team next year.
Interesting. Now,
there's your headline.
There's your headline, yeah. No, I have not met him personally, but I do know of him. So interesting. Well, we'll be keeping an eye on that, definitely.
For currently, Hargrim is ranked 17th in Wales.
Yeah, well,
so there you
go. And I'm sure that like a player like him will be looking to go up in the rankings, take an active part in the community. So.
He already has.
I'm sure he has. Yeah.
If you want to find more about the Welsh Blood Bowl scene, and you want to see the EUROBOWL squad at the moment and what's happening in Wales and the current qualifying system, you can go to bloodbowlwales.co.uk. That's the Blood Bowl Wales website. There's blogs on it, and there's lots of information about our qualification system and the saga of changes to the team this year and this year's up and coming team.
All right, definitely gonna be giving that a look then.
Got even delightful photographs of Andy Davo on there as well.
I'm sure that's gonna attract his fans.
Joking.
Yes,
I'm not even joking. It's worth a look.
Okay.
Not all the statistics I've given you tonight, all of the games played and win percentages and caps, and even our squad numbers are there available to view as well. So, yeah.
Sounds like a very useful website. Yeah, to if you're interested in Team Wales. And how they're doing, they're doing.
Upcoming tournaments and events are on there as well, and reports from the tournaments. And there's a lovely post about Home Nations 2025, the EUROBOWL Open. Nixon did that for us. So yeah, it's all on there. And last year's, in fact, there's information about the Welsh National Championships 2025 on there as well. So.
All right.
It's all on there.
Sounds like a very useful website, yeah.
Yeah.
But with that, I thank you for coming. Obviously, busy times ahead for every national team, and especially for you who needed to step up to the captaincy unexpectedly. I'm sure, but again, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. As I said to the Czech captain, I'm gonna be cheering for the Finns, so if you come up against them, I'm gonna be against you. But other than that, hope you have a great time. And
Finnish captain is Co-Wolf, is it?
No, he Tonald.
Tonald, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's been captaining for us for like he's a real workhorse of a man, that one, when it comes to Blood Bowl. So. But yeah,
I'd love to play the Finns and give them the drubbing that I'm sure that they will. What's the Finnish seeding, out of interest? Beer. He plays for Finland.
I don't think he plays for the team. He's in the Open, I'm pretty sure.
He's too drunk most of the time.
He certainly is. We're number 17 at the moment.
There we go. That's a long way below 10.
You say that, but let's look at the standings after the tournament, huh? Let's...
Okay, noted. Okay, challenge accepted.
I have full confidence in our team to do well this year. So, well, you may rue the day you faced off against the Finnish team.
Well, interestingly enough, if you want to know another little tidbit, because obviously we've just had the declarations from EUROBOWL captains about whether they want to stand for the EUROBOWL after the World Cup in Malta.
Yeah.
So far, Scotland and Lithuania and potentially Switzerland have put in bids, but so we shall see what happens from that point.
I may or may not be privy to insider information, but I cannot at this point discuss that regarding any Finnish plans. But yeah, having gotten slightly off topic. Once again, thank you for being here, and thank you everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This will be uploaded to YouTube as well, and if you didn't manage to, I'm gonna send you the link if you want to share it around. And thank you for being here once again, and hope you have a pleasant evening and a good tournament overall.
Appreciate it. And I suspect you should go to bed now because it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. And I'm gonna be busy several other evenings as well. So, but yeah, as I always say, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, whatever happens to be the time of day for you. Have a good one.